Welcome to the Gym Girl Diaries. Hey guys, my name is Des and I'm from Los Angeles. Right now, my life is all about making a comeback, getting refocused on my fitness journey, rebuilding my routine here in the gym, and a little bit about my weight loss journey. I've lost about 160 pounds, and the name of my game is that it is a never-ending journey. The highest I ever saw on the scale was 298, and that's when I knew I had to make a change. My weight has been a struggle for me since I was very young. I entered into my very first children's boot camp when I was 5 years old, and I was already 90 pounds at 5 years old. Once I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with hypothyroid disease, which is pretty much what made it nearly impossible for me to lose weight. I have 4 sisters, my mom, and no one else has ever struggled with weight the way I did. I was really active as a kid. I played all the sports in high school. I was not a lazy kid by any means, but I was still always the heaviest one in my family, heaviest one on the team, heaviest one in the classroom. And it just kind of felt like nothing I did actually worked. And even though I took medication for my hypothyroid, it's not like it made me lose weight. It just kind of helped regulate it. So the weight has always been an issue for me. Fast forward, when I was in my college years, sports were no longer a part of my life. And that's when I started going to the gym. I was always active and working out, but because of my hypothyroid, I would never lose any weight. So eventually when I was 24 years old, that's when I made the big, scary, life-changing decision to have weight loss surgery. I had the gastric bypass, and after I had that weight loss surgery, within my first year, I lost 150 pounds. It kickstarted just this crazy journey in my life. Got into competing. I did 2 bodybuilding shows. One was a weight loss transformation division. The next one was figure, and I placed 3rd place in both, which was insane because who knew that the old 300-pound version of myself would ever stand on stage in a bikini. The gym has just been a really big part of my life ever since then. But then life just really took me through the ringer, and I had a surgery for some stomach issues. We can get into it another time, but I lost a bunch of blood in that surgery because I got nicked, and then dealt with all these crazy deficiencies and was out of the gym recovering for about a year. On top of that, I went through a move, a breakup. Life was just lifing, and naturally I gained about 60 pounds. So exactly a year ago, January of 2024, I started what I called my comeback season, and I spent this entire last year just rebuilding my routine, getting back into it, and just trying to get stronger in the gym. Honestly, I missed the strength that I had and just the routine of it. I feel really good when I'm working on myself, and I needed to get back into the gym for me, for my mental health, for my physical health. Just like many of you can probably relate, pretty much since October, the holidays, starting from around Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, the gym became less and less of a priority. And so I have not been in my routine. And honestly, I am back to where I was last January, just wanting to make a comeback. So that's where I'm at right now, is I'm trying to get back into my routine, get back on a consistent schedule, and just feel strong again. What I would really love to see for myself this year is to just get stronger. I want to build some muscle, to stick to a lot of the same exercises and just focus on improving those, making sure my form is looking better and better. I want to build a strong physique this year, and that's what I am really excited about. Why I said yes to this channel was because I think there is so much power and accountability. In the last 8 years since I've been on my weight loss journey, I feel like the secret is to not keep it a secret. When you tell someone what you're doing, when you tell someone you're sticking to this new workout routine, you're starting your journey, you're gonna start this diet, whatever it is, it adds that sense of accountability, and that is so helpful. I also love that the friends that I'm doing this channel with, we have all had such different journeys and such different stories. It's actually really cool. I just love these girls. I feel like they have been such a true blessing in my life, and I'm so excited to be able to be doing new stuff like this with them. And if we could help just even one person get started, get out of bed and into the gym, move their body, that's enough of a reason for us to keep going. So I'm super excited. I hope that this channel finds anyone who just wants to get started. And most importantly, I hope that everyone who does tune into this channel, it just makes you feel like you do have a sense of community, and you know that you are so not alone on this journey. And before I wrap up this video, one thing I want all of you guys to hear is that your value and your worth is not determined by the number on the scale. It's not determined by the number on your jeans. It is not determined by any number. The most important thing to realize is that this is more so a self-love journey, and you can't fix anything on the outside if you don't fix what's on the inside. You have to fix the way you speak to yourself. Whatever you tell yourself, you will believe. So it's time we start speaking some truth into ourselves. It starts today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to share more about my journey and my life with you guys, and I'm so excited to have you guys here for the Gym Girl Diaries.
Hey y'all, it is Sierra 2 Fit, and if you don't know me yet, my name is Sierra. I am from California. I'm 24 years old, and right now I'm living my life alone, day by day, after escaping an 8-year-long relationship and moving to Texas by myself. My whole life growing up, I really struggled with emotional eating, stress eating, and eating for comfort, especially because of the household that I grew up in. It was very toxic. And then when I finally moved out on my own, I was kind of supporting myself, raising myself. I knew nothing about nutrition, so I was eating a ton of carbs, pastas, ice creams. I love carbs. I'm a carb girl. But at a certain point, I started feeling out of breath every time I walked through a grocery store. I was in pain every time I stood up or even sat down. I'm like, I'm literally just uncomfortable in my body. So one day I weighed myself and saw 298.8 pounds and told myself from that point I would never hit 300 pounds. And because trying to lose weight so many different times in my life before never worked, I eventually did resort to VSG in June of 2023. 3 reasons that I went with VSG instead of a natural calorie deficit. 1, I didn't know what a calorie deficit was at the time. 2, the doctors told me that it would resolve my PCOS symptoms. And 3, I didn't believe that I could do it naturally and keep it off because of the methods that I was trying before that inevitably didn't work for me. One of the hardest things about a weight loss journey, which I heard a lot but I just didn't understand how or why that would happen, was losing a lot of connections, romantic relationships. People start hating on you, start talking down on you, they get jealous, and you lose a lot of people in your life. One of the most harmful mindsets that I had to unlearn in my journey was the all or nothing mindset. It is a learning process, and so you have to give yourself room for trial and error and allow a lot of time in between to actually try things, give them time to work, and then see if they're actually working for you or not. For me, if I did one thing wrong or had one day where I messed up, I would absolutely crash out and self-sabotage because I was in an all or nothing mindset instead of a growth mindset, a learning, a patience mindset. Right now, I'm kind of in a maintenance period. In 2025, I was trying to cut, but I've had a lot of different life changes going on, so I prioritized movement every day, but I was not tracking my food. I was sticking to more whole foods, but like I said, not necessarily tracking. I wanted to lose some weight, but I ended up maintaining for the year of 2025. So in 2026, I really want to see if I can cut a little bit more, shed some extra fat, and kind of reveal some of the muscle that I have built throughout the year of 2025. Something that I'm still working through every day is food noise. I do see a lot of people resorting to GLP-1s, and I don't like to talk about them much because I don't have my own research. I haven't done my own research, but I told myself, since I use the tool of VSG and I took it upon myself to become a certified nutrition coach and personal trainer, that now I have the tools, resources, and knowledge to do it naturally. So there's no reason that I should need to resort to another tool for myself. I want to be able to sustain this and make it happen naturally for the rest of my life because this is the lifestyle that I want to choose for myself. I have to teach myself that I can ignore food noise, I can do hard things, and it just comes down to mental discipline and creating habits that help you not resort to bad habits throughout your daily life. And yes, you might have hiccups, but I'm allowing myself, like I said, the learning time to figure out how to deal with that naturally. That's just me personally, and that's not me speaking down on anybody who uses tools, because I did use one. I said yes to this channel because 1, I thought it was an amazing idea. I love the idea that we're going to be able to share our stories with each other, work alongside each other, and I love collaborating with women who are like-minded, who have the same goals and ambitions. I feel like we're all in the same realm of wanting to inspire, but we're all ourselves. We're all natural and raw and authentic, because a lot of social media can be phony, it can be fake, but here we do plan on being raw. We want to be authentic. We want to share with you the different ways that lives can look throughout fitness journeys, and we have so much coming for y'all. It's going to be so exciting, and I can't wait to do it with these girls specifically. They're the most amazing, kind-hearted, wholehearted women that I have met thus far on my weight loss journey, and I'm so excited to do it with them. So without further ado, like I said, welcome to the Gym Girl Diaries. We will chat soon.
Hi guys, my name is Nancy, aka Nancy's Journey on Instagram. I'm from McAllen, Texas. If you guys don't know me, when I first started my journey and sharing my journey online, I lost weight pretty quickly. At the time, I thought that meant that I had it all figured out. I lost about 100 pounds, you know, and then I started sharing it online. And of course, everyone reacted proud of me, happy for me, excited to see me keep going. So I thought weight loss was about discipline and willpower, and that if I worked hard enough, I would be done with my journey. But what I didn't understand yet was how much life, stress, and pressure play into it. As my social media grew and things in my personal life got hard, food became my coping mechanism. Whenever something went wrong, I leaned on food for comfort. So I would lose weight and then I would gain it back over and over again. And it just became this cycle of ups and downs that lasted for years. And every time I gained the weight back, I didn't just feel disappointed in myself, I felt like I failed. I felt like I was starting from zero all over again. That mindset kept me stuck for a really, really long time. So last year I reached my highest weight, and for the first time in a while, something shifted. It wasn't this dramatic moment of self-hate, it was more like clarity. I realized that I didn't want to live in this cycle anymore, and I didn't want my life to feel like it was always on hold until I lost the weight. So that's when I decided to take a different approach in my journey, and I started my GLP-1 medication. It was one of the best decisions I've made for myself thus far. But more importantly, I also started working on my relationship with food and with myself. This time it wasn't about rushing or being perfect. It was about consistency. It was about finding something that's sustainable, and it's about building a lifestyle that I can actually enjoy. I want to be honest and say that I'm not really interested in sharing any numbers about my weight loss just yet. What's important to me now is how I feel on the daily basis. I'm still on my journey. I haven't reached my goal yet, and for a long time I felt like my journey wasn't successful enough to share. But I learned that in the middle is usually where the real growth happens. So here I am, I'm ready to share weekly check-ins with y'all on this YouTube channel with my girls. Today, I'm proud of myself, and not because of a number, but because I show up for myself differently. I don't quit when it gets hard. I don't spiral the way I used to. I'm learning how to cope without using food, and that's something I've never had before. I'm sharing this because if you're also in the middle, if you've had setbacks, if you've had restarts, or moments where you feel like you should be further along, I want you to know that you're not alone and you're not behind. Progress doesn't have to be perfect to be real. This journey is still unfolding for me, and I'm okay with that. For the first time, I'm not chasing an endpoint. I'm building a life that feels better every day. Over the years of sharing my journey, I've been learning, I've been unlearning, I've been choosing myself again and again, and I'm so proud of that. I'm so excited for this YouTube channel. I love these girls so much, and they inspire me more than you know. Seriously, I'm so grateful I met them. Welcome to the Gym Girl Diaries. I will be sharing so much more of my journey with you all through this YouTube channel with my girls. Keeping me accountable is what I needed, truly. Thank you guys for always letting me be vulnerable on here. Not only YouTube, but Instagram. Y'all always are so supportive of me and my journey. The other girls on this channel inspire me and make me feel like my story is worth telling. So I love you guys. See you soon.
Hi guys, my name is Dulce, also known as Sweet Games on Instagram, and I am from California. As you guys may know, I have lost over 100 pounds, and let me just tell you, it has been a crazy journey. This last year was such a crazy year for me, mentally and physically. I've been aware about my weight for as long as I can remember, and I am talking like little kid aware. It truthfully started with comments from my family members. They have always pushed weight loss on me since I was a very young age. Weird looks that I would get from people at the store, and don't even get me started with the comparisons. I think that was probably like the worst part. All of those things put together stuck with me for my entire life. Fast forward, as I got older and I went into middle school and high school, I started getting bullied for the way that I looked. In middle school and high school, that's really when I started seeing my mental health declining because of the comments that people would make about my body. Second half of my senior year, I made it my goal to lose as much weight as possible and become the smallest version of myself. I became very obsessed with running and very obsessed with the type of food that I was eating. I completely cut everything off. I restricted myself in so many ways, and I truthfully didn't view working out as a good thing. I actually saw working out and being on a diet as a bad thing, and I almost felt like I was torturing my body instead of loving myself, so I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Growing up, I never learned how to eat. I never knew that I could still enjoy the food that I love while being healthy. I thought that the only way to be healthy was to restrict myself, eat only salads, and eat as little as possible. Girl, just know that I have tried it all. The detox teas, juice cleanses. Don't even get me started about the extreme calorie deficits and starting over every single Monday just because I made a small mistake. Honestly, I just feel like I was constantly chasing perfection, and I genuinely thought that my worth was tied to how small I can possibly get. That mindset kept me stuck for so long, and honestly, it has been one of the hardest things that I've had to unlearn in this journey. And my mental health was down bad, girl. I started drinking every single day. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. I felt like I didn't have a purpose, but in reality, I was just drinking to numb myself from all of the pain and all of the thoughts that I had in the back of my head. It was a very, very dark and hard time for me. Fast forward a little bit, I actually got tired of my own shit. I remember sitting at my old job and thinking to myself, something needs to change, and finally decided to start taking care of myself. I started by going on walks during my 10-minute break and during my 30-minute lunch. Right now, I'm definitely in a rebuilding phase. I'm really focused on my online coaching business and on consistency within my own personal journey. One thing about my community is that we're always going to uplift each other, and the girls that I'm doing this channel with are genuinely the nicest girls that I have ever met. So having people like them in my life really does help me, and it really does push me to keep going because they are very supportive. And I said yes to this channel because these girls have really helped me change my mindset. And a fitness journey can be really lonely, but these girls genuinely make me feel seen, and I am so thankful and grateful for them. And I'm super thankful to be a part of this. We keep it authentic on this side. So that is something that I love about these girls, is that I can have a really deep talk with them, or we can just share the randomest things and end up laughing for hours. Definitely wish there was something like this when I started, because when I started, all I would see on social media was super fit girls, but no curvy girls. It's really important to me to stay authentic, and I know that all the girls on this channel can agree with that. It's really important for us to have a community that reminds us that it's okay to have a hard day. It's okay to mess up. We all start somewhere, so don't be afraid to take up space, because you deserve to be there just as much as I do, just as much as the next person does. We truly all start somewhere, and I will never stop saying that. I just want to wrap it up by saying that I really, really appreciate this community, and I'm really looking forward to sharing more with you guys. 2026 is our year, baby girl. It is the great lock-in, and no matter what it is that you want to achieve this year, just know that you got this and you have us rooting for you. That being said, thank you for watching our Gym Girl Diaries. Here is to many more, and I'm really excited to connect in a deeper level with you, because I think it's really important for you guys to see that we are actually really similar, and anything that I can do is possible for you too, okay, baby girl? So stay tuned and just know that you got this, and I am rooting for you, baby girl. I will see you soon, okay, baby girl?
Hey y'all, what is up? I'm so excited you're here. My name is Des. I go by Des Schnell on all social platforms. I am 32 years old. I live in small town Arizona, and I am a mom of two. I have an 8-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter, and I've been married for 11 years. So I might bring a little bit of a different perspective to this channel, just being a mom and just living this insanely crazy life. Every single day is a new journey. I never know what's gonna happen when I wake up in the morning. Let me back it up for you guys and kind of walk you through my weight loss journey, what that has looked like. I started my weight loss journey back in 2021, right after I had my second baby. And let me back it up even further than that, because I've always been a little bit bigger, right? Like even when I was a child, all through high school, never like super noticeably, but always just a little bit curvier than my friends. And in high school, the joke was like, my butt was big. Like everybody talked about my butt. Everybody still talks about my butt. And honestly, I used to hate my butt. I used to, oh my gosh, anytime anybody would bring it up, I would just get so self-conscious immediately. But I have grown to actually really love my curves, and I'm so glad that I have worked into this place that I'm at now. But yeah, always been a curvy girl, and I love that for me. But back in 2021, after I had my daughter, I was breastfeeding, and when I breastfed, I gained so much weight, and I think that's fairly common. I also had a C-section with my daughter, and so I just had all that hanging extra loose skin, rapidly gaining weight from breastfeeding. I had reached well over 300 pounds. I don't know my exact weight because I refuse to weigh myself. But I always just assume like anywhere between like 315, 320-ish pounds was kind of like my high weight. When I started my weight loss journey, I decided to like do something super restrictive and super just no bueno. It was like a remove all sugar, all flour from your diet. And I did lose weight by doing that. I lost like 30 pounds and I was feeling good. And that is what kind of kickstarted my journey. But I definitely like gained all that weight back. And then shortly after that, I got on a GLP-1 because those were like, you know, starting to become super popular at the time. Lost maybe 20 pounds with that, gained it all back. It was just very like back and forth yo-yo dieting. I was trying anything and everything that I could. But the magical thing that happened for me was getting a gym membership. In 2022, at the very beginning of 2022, I got a gym membership, and I still remember walking into the gym for the first time. I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. I literally just went to the treadmill and I walked on the treadmill for like probably the first week. And then I slowly progressed into like this room that was all alone, secluded on its own. I worked out in there for like 3 months until I felt confident enough to finally move into the gym. And the rest is honestly history. Like I've been strength training ever since then, and I am now 85 pounds down and counting. I am still on my weight loss journey. I am still getting stronger every day. And honestly, like if you follow me on any social platforms, you know my whole thing that I preach is strong over skinny, always and forever. Like my goal is not to get skinny. My goal is to get as strong as I can and as healthy as I can in the same breath, right? Especially as a mom who is raising a daughter, I try to be very careful about the verbiage that I use in my home. I never want to say like, oh, I'm trying to get skinny or I'm trying to lose weight. I'm very careful to not use those terms around her. I always say like, oh, mommy's trying to get healthy, mommy's trying to get stronger. And that's kind of like the verbiage that I've been using because I don't want my daughter to grow up in a home where her mom was always only concerned about getting skinny and losing weight. And I don't want my son to think that it's okay to encourage women to do the same thing. So yeah, I've lost all of my weight through a calorie deficit and strength training. And, you know, obviously I always preach that whatever goes into your mouth is really what is going to cause you to lose or gain weight. If you are eating more calories than you should, then you're going to gain weight. And so I love strength training. I love building muscle, but as far as like weight loss, all done through calorie deficit, right? But yeah, I live like I said, a pretty like normal small town life. I'm constantly running errands, running a kid to a sport, running a kid to school. I also coach full time. I'm a weight loss and fitness coach. All of my clients are online, but I absolutely love, love, love my job. That is my main source of income. And then obviously I have like brand deals and all the things. All of us here on this channel are influencers. And so I definitely monetize my platforms where and when I can, but my main source of income is from coaching. And I truly feel like I've found my life's calling with coaching. Like I absolutely love helping other women on their journey, and especially women who are starting from, a place where I started, other moms, other, women who have yo-yo dieted and just like know nothing about strength training. I love, love, love watching like women's faces light up when they learn and when they realize like, what it's all about, right? Yeah, we are so excited to have you guys here. Seriously, we have been planning this. This has been in the works for a little bit now, and we are all so excited for this first video to go up and just for you guys to follow along our journeys with us. We all bring very different perspectives to the table, and we may have like some guest appearances here and there from some of our favorite influencer friends as well. But yeah, I literally could not have thought up a better group for this project. All of the women who you're going to see on your screen on this channel are truly some of the most incredible women that I've ever met. And I've tried to film this part a couple times and I just get so emotional because like they really truly are so amazing, all of them. And I met all of them in 2025. I've met all of them in person and they're all just such incredible women, and they have so much knowledge and they've been through so much life, and I just can't wait to learn from them personally, and I can't wait for, all of us to be able to teach you guys something too. So thank you for being here, and be on the lookout for our next videos. We will be posting 5 times a week. There's 5 of us. Each of us will be posting every single week. And so we'll have like a new topic or a new theme of the week. And we're just so excited that you guys are here. If you guys have any suggestions for like what we should post, what you would like to see on this channel, please drop it down below in the comments, because we are definitely open to any and all suggestions that you guys have. But we are so excited to give back to our communities in this, bigger way here, where we are able to just offer so much more in this like long form space. Anyways, love you guys, and I'll see you very, very soon.